everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Dana, aka Blondie Knots here on YouTube, and today is officially the first day of summer. Welcome to summer. We have made it. It's already halfway through the year, which is a little bit unbelievable, but we are here in summer, and I thought today would be a perfect time to sit down and show you some summer things that are inspiring me. I've got my iPad with me today, so we'll go over some really fun crochet projects I've saved on my Pinterest board and things I hope to get around to making this summer. And then I have a giant stack here of summer projects I have made in past summers that are staples in my wardrobe, and a couple new things that I can tell already are going to be go-to pieces for me this summer. At the end of this video, I will share a couple of summer yarns that I either really like or also am hoping to try this year. If you have any thoughts on those or some summer yarns you would recommend to me, definitely let me know, and I would love to hear any of your staple go-to summer items. So I thought we could start with this pile here, and then we'll go into the iPad and we'll pull up some inspirational pictures and some things that I hope to get around to. But this is all of my summer wearables and just pieces in general that I always gravitate towards during the hotter months. We'll just go right from up top. This might look familiar if you guys were at my last crochet and chat with me, but this is the Paradise pullover. The pattern just released, so I will link it down in the description box for you if you would be interested in making it. It's very easy. It works up very quickly. It doesn't take too much yarn, which is awesome. You work it with an 8mm hook, and look how nice and breathable and movable this is. There's no stiffness. It drapes really amazingly, and I would highly recommend giving this a shot for the summer. All the holes make it very breathable. I've just paired this with a halter bralette, and it's been the perfect little airy piece that kind of feels like I'm just wearing a bra out in public, but makes me feel a lot more comfortable because I have some good coverage. This has definitely been a piece I've already worn a lot, and I know I will continue to wear all summer long. Something very similar to that, if that's not quite your style, I do have this piece here as well. This is a scrap yarn project I have made. It's another long sleeve pullover. Sometimes during the summer months when you are just in like tank tops, strapless tops, lots of shoulder and arm exposure, every now and then you just want to put on some sleeves. I don't know about you, but for me, sometimes I just need a little more coverage, or if I'm sunburnt, I don't want my skin baking in the sun. And these types of shirts really tend to be a go-to for me. I'll try to insert a photo of me wearing this. This pattern is by It's Erin B. I believe this is a free tutorial on her page. It's an older tutorial, but it's a top-down raglan. Very easy to make, works up very quickly. And again, a lot of movement, a lot of breathability. It feels like you're kind of wearing nothing, which is, again, amazing for the summer months. And yeah, I'd highly recommend it. You can make it in any color combos. I keep meaning to make a warmer toned version. I'm very much a blue-green person, so that's kind of how I always end up with these, but I need to make some warmer colors too, so I have a little bit of variety. This one I forgot to mention is by Strings to Stitches. Again, I'm gonna have these all linked so you can just click the link. I will also list them in order of how we're talking about them, so they'll be easy to locate in the description box. But yeah, Strings to Stitches has this pattern. This is a free one by It's Erin B on her channel. And while we're speaking about Erin B, I also have another recommendation. It's not sitting here in front of me because it actually found a new home at Refined Vibes. If you watch her channel, she actually purchased this polo for me, but this polo right here is actually another fantastic summer piece. I made this last summer and I only did wear it this one time for the photos, but I could tell that it was going to be such a nice, easy wearable top if you want, like, you know, a little something more interesting. This top is also very unisex, so you can make this for your partner if you want to make something for somebody else. This is a great polo for really anybody, I would think. And again, it's another breathable top. I don't know if Erin has a tutorial of this on her channel. I know she definitely has at least a pattern, so I will link that. But yeah, I pattern tested this for her and it was amazing. I might actually have to make this again. As you can tell, I did another blue here, but I might have to recreate this for myself and just have a nice collared shirt for the summer. So those two patterns by Erin are both amazing patterns. She's someone who I have followed on YouTube for has to be at least 3 years, since the very beginning of my crochet journey, and she has some really neat patterns, a lot of free tutorials. So if you haven't already checked her out, which I'm sure you probably have, I'd recommend scoping her channel out and finding some really fun pieces there. Another piece I have here are 2 of these. These are my personal ones, so that's why I have these. I have many more of these bucket hats in my market bins to go to shows with me, but these ones in particular are just double crocheted bucket hats. My ones for shows are actually granny stitch bucket hats, so they're a little bit different vibe, but this is just your very basic bucket hat, nothing too special about it. But I did want to mention this one because last year when I was in Vegas, guys, I wore this the entire time I was at the pool. Something about it to me, it kind of looks ridiculous right now. I get that. Like, I have to do my hair a certain way to, I feel like, look okay in a bucket hat. Otherwise, I just look a little silly. But this hat was seriously my pool go-to. I just did like a regular bucket hat and I just added all these shells to the bottom. I just felt like it was the perfect little touch to make it so beachy, so summery and fun, and still not anything too crazy. So making this, I know this is in lime green, but if you made this in a neutral color, if you're not so much a colorful crazy girly or you don't want to be drawing attention to yourself, I would recommend making one of these in like a black or a white, cream, brown, whatever, and adding these little conch shells, and it just adds a little bit something extra. I hope I can find a pattern similar to this bucket hat. I just freehanded these, so I'm gonna search around and hopefully find one, and then I will also link the shells. These are just from Amazon, very inexpensive. I think I got a pack of 150 for about, I want to say $6. I bought them maybe a year and a half ago, so I don't really remember, but it was around $6. Great little way to add some interest to a otherwise maybe neutral or toned down piece if you're interested in that. On the topic of adding shells, I also have this purse I made. Now, this purse, there is unfortunately no pattern for this. I just wanted to show you some more inspiration on how to add shells to projects to make them maybe a little more summery, a little more fun. I'm gonna come a little bit closer so you guys can see. I made these flowers out of the shells, and you open this up. I have a little set of pockets here. This is not my design. I actually saw this bag on Pinterest. It was like my Roman Empire for a little bit. I could not get this out of my head, and so I just freehanded this pattern and made this all myself. So unfortunately, I don't have a pattern for it. And oh, on the back too, I put one here. Shells are just a really fun little way to add some more 3D elements to your crochet projects and try something new. I would highly recommend adding shells to the bottom of your bag, to just the front of the bag. Like, you can make a very basic little crocheted purse, even just a granny square in all one color, and pop some of these on there, and I feel like it would really just change the look and give it a really cool touch. So yeah, I just wanted to recommend adding some shells to projects to making your work just a little bit different and stand out maybe a little bit more. And now, while we're talking about bags, I have this purse here that I made last year. I will link this bag. It's just a tutorial I followed off Pinterest. It's very hard to see the design of it because it is in black, but you have these really cool, hopefully you can see these I'm gonna move over. These squares here. This bag is constructed out of all double crochet, and you put some together so you get this like little square detailing on the bag, and then it's open and holy everywhere else. But this is an amazing pool bag. Where I got this inspiration from is somebody put stitch markers all over one of their bags, and I was like, I love that, but I have no fun stitch markers. So I just went to Michael's and I was able to buy all of these fun charms over there at Michael's, and maybe some off Amazon too. Again, I'll link them if I can find them, but just really beachy, summery little charms, something fun. Again, bag works up fast, and then just adding these really changes it up. I love adding 3D elements to my crochet projects. So this is my go-to pool bag. It's like burning my nose right now with the smell of chlorine and sunscreen, but that's how you know it's well used. I use this all the time. Again, when I was in Vegas with my crochet bucket hat, I was carrying this around, and I was that girl. I would definitely recommend adding some kind of charms, or if you have some cool stitch markers, add them to a bag, and it just gives it a little something different. So I just wanted to show you guys that as well. It's something I literally use every single summer. Even when I go to, I'm reaching for something else here. Even when I go to farmers markets and stuff, I always take that bag with me and I get compliments on it all the time. It's just really fun. I think a lot of people haven't seen something that has all those cute little charmies off of it, and so I recommend. And lastly, you guys maybe have seen this the other week. I have to point it away from you, otherwise it's so distracting. There we go. I made this in one of my studio vlogs, this little summer mirror. And this is just going to be a fun mirror I'm going to eventually hang up on the wall here. We'll see when we get around to that. It's so cute and colorful, and I love a very colorful, bold aesthetic in my decor style. So this is right up my alley. But someone also recommended making this with crochet 3D strawberries, and you could add some cherries and blueberries to it. And if you made some like yellow puff flowers, that would be so cute. I have been wanting to recreate that and give that a shot, but I have just not had the time. So I'm hoping to get around to that at some point. I would really love to do like a fruit themed mirror, if you will. So if you get around to that, please tag me in it. I want to see it all done if I don't get to it first. But yeah, definitely this mirror was so easy. I have a puff flower tutorial on my page. I will link that if you're interested. And you just make enough puff flowers and you hot glue them to a mirror. It's very simple, very easy, and it's so fun. How is this not the most fun thing? So that was my speed round for some crochet projects that I have already made and that I would recommend you giving a shot as well, because they have served me well for many a summers. So now we are going to go through some of my hopefully inspo for summer, things I hope to be making. I'm hoping to at least get to two. Let's set the bar low. Let's hope to get to 2 of these projects this summer, but the rest, I just really wanted to send some inspiration your way if maybe you're in a little bit of a project funk. A lot of these projects seem to be very quick and aren't gonna take up a whole lot of your time, and that is probably the best part about summer projects is you can make a top in a lot shorter time than you can make a sweater. So if you're having a hard time getting through a wearable piece, a tank top or something like that is a great place to start. Even those 2 sweaters I showed you would be a fantastic place to start, just because they're not super overwhelming. It's a lot of work to make a sweater. It's a labor of love for sure. And I understand that sometimes you just fall out of the project and it ends up in your pile of whips. So hopefully some of these will give you some good inspiration and something you can actually feel is attainable for the summer months. With all that being said, I'm just gonna start off with a couple of tank tops I have saved. So I have this Granny Square Daisy tank top saved, this Granny Square Stitch top I've had saved for 3 years that I wanna make. And have I made it? Did you see it in the projects I recommend? No, you didn't, because I still haven't got around to it and I just need to make it. So I am going to show you all of these beautiful tank tops. I think any one of these would be a wonderful choice. There's so many tank top patterns out there, guys. I know Passionate Kelsey has so many tank top tutorials on her page. I've never made any of her tops, but I know that they're very popular. A lot of people love them. And so she'd be another great person to search a tank top in, but any of these would be a fantastic choice for summer. If you make them with a cotton yarn, they're gonna be very nice, airy, breathable, just beautiful pieces. So I would highly recommend giving some of those a shot. If you're looking to, like I said, have a top with maybe a little more coverage, or if it gets a little bit chillier in the evenings where you live, I would recommend trying any of these sweater patterns I have here. If you guys were at my last crochet and chat, you know I was talking about I really want to make this Dragonfly top. This really is a top I do hope to get to at some point this summer. But again, I feel like these would work up quite fast, very breathable because they're so holy. And I just think that any of these would be a wonderful choice. Pairing these with some like linen pants or even some jean shorts would just really elevate your outfit. And easy piece to style. Sometimes I feel like summer clothes can really push you out of your comfort zone for styling, and I feel these would be a really easy way to style a piece and feel that it's something you can wear all day and be comfortable in. For me, I will try to get to one of these, I think at some point this summer. These are right up my alley. I love me a long sleeve all year round. I'm definitely someone who loves coverage. I also really don't wear shorts, so I'm always in jeans. And so if I can basically feel like I have no shirt on, that sounds like a great plan. but still feeling very covered and very like safe behind all my yarn. That's just my personal taste. Of course, everyone's different, but on the topic of tops and things, I think a crochet bralette would be so fun to make. This is something surprisingly I have never tried to make before, and I'm surprised by it because I feel like it would be a very easy thing to whip up. And I think once you get it down one time, you could make this on repeat and have a bunch of really cute, just dainty crocheted bralettes that you can switch out under any of these tops I showed you. And it would be just such a cute pairing. So much crochet, we love to see it. So I think making a bralette this summer would be a fantastic idea, just with a nice cotton yarn. I think it would work up really quickly. I know some people even add cup pads to their bralette tops, and that'll just help you maybe feel a little bit more secure. If you feel you need that little bit extra coverage and you don't want anything slipping through. That is another piece I have had saved. I don't know how these work for in the pool. I know that a lot of people do wear crocheted swimsuits in the pool, but I haven't done that before, so I cannot attest to anything here nor there. So I don't know. Proceed with caution, but I think especially if you put the cup pad behind it, you would be totally safe to wear this in a pool in public. At your own home, all bets are off though. Another great summer option, if you do have a little bit of a chillier evening or so, would just be a nice bolero. I know that these were really popular maybe 2 years ago or so, but I feel like every year they kind of recirculate a little bit and come back. And something about a bolero I love, I know people think it's silly because it's just a set of sleeves, but sometimes you just need a set of sleeves, or you just want to throw something on over an all black outfit or something just to add a pop of color or some kind of fun layer to your clothing. And so I really think a bolero would be a great piece for this, either making a really fun, colorful one. I have the one here with the granny stitch. I think that looks really fun. Or you could just make a neutral toned one. And I have this mesh one here for that because again, it would still be so breathable. I don't think you would feel really hot and confined in this because it is like this very mesh stitch, but it would still be a nice neutral tone piece, so it's not so here, look at me, if that's not really what you're going for, and just very easy to throw on over your outfit. Another thing I want to talk about summer clothing wise, we're going to shift now to the bottoms, would be either trying some crochet shorts or these pants. I'll show you these pants first because I hope to make these at some point. I've seen these all over the internet. I love the colors in these, the blue and green. It speaks to me, you know that by now. But I really want to give some pants a try. I've never attempted crochet pants before, so this is something that's definitely on my must makes for summer. And then alternatively to that, we have some shorts and a skirt. I think these would both be fantastic pool or beach cover-ups, lounge around the house wear, even wearing on your errands wear. I do have a pair of, oh, I forgot, I have a pair of crochet shorts that I do lounge around in, but I don't know where they are right now. I made them with Karen Blossom cakes though last year, and I throw these in the wash, I throw them in the dryer. I'm not kind to them and they've held up perfectly. On the topic of skirts and shorts, there is also beach cover-ups. So I think making a pool cover-up would be a really fun way to maybe try your hand at a dress without the commitment of making a full dress. These look like very open, big stitches, especially in this one here. I think this would work up a lot faster than this one, but both are beautiful in their own way. This I think would be something worth giving a try, very fun to experiment different stitches with and just see how a dress works up if you're someone who's interested in eventually trying to make crochet dresses, which that's a whole nother animal. But I think this would be the perfect in-between if you're too nervous to take on a proper dress, but you still wanna kind of try your hand at it a little bit and get some fitting down and stuff. I think both of these would be a fantastic idea to give a try. Now, I believe that's all we have for wearables. I have just loads of wearable projects on my summer board saved. By the way, I'm going to link my summer crochet board on Pinterest in the description if you just want an easy place to find all these patterns at one time. And anything new I save to Pinterest, you would be able to see see it as well if you want to follow me over there. I've talked about this before, but I love Pinterest. It's such a safe form of social media. You just go on there and it's just cozy. It's cozy on Pinterest. And so if you're interested in seeing more of what I save over on Pinterest, I will definitely link this board and just my Pinterest page in general if you want to give me a follow there. Now that we've got through wearables, I wanted to talk about something I'm absolutely going to hold myself to making this summer, and that is a crochet cowboy hat. I need one, I want one, I've wanted one for a long time. So I have this picture of this one here. This is not exactly the one I'm going to be making because I don't want to be putting it over a cowboy hat. I just feel like that's going to be so hot. I want this to actually be like something I could wear in the summer. This is the one I want to make. It looks like it's all made out of just crochet, which is kind of exactly what I was looking for. I've never made anything even kind of resembling a cowboy hat. Like I said, it's a pattern I've wanted to give a go at for quite some time. I definitely do plan on trying my hand at this summer. If you're looking for a totally different vibe of a cowboy hat, I think this other one would be a great option. And lastly, guys, a crochet pattern that, again, I've actually had on my list for at least 6 to 8 months is this little can koozie. Why is this so cute? This has no business being this cute. I think it would be so fun to just be floating in the pool with your little drink in this koozie, sitting on your patio with this strawberry koozie. Something about this is just so darling to me, and I haven't seen a lot of people on social media making these, so this is definitely a pattern I want to give a try. I did actually plan on having these for my spring summer markets, but I did never get around to making them. If I make one and I love it, maybe I will make some for my markets before the fall comes. I'm not sure, but either way, I definitely want to make this, at least for me. I'm sure it would work up very fast. I don't know why I haven't made it yet, but it looks like a very easy project to work up, and I even bought the yarn for it, so there's really no excuse as to why I haven't made that yet. But this is definitely one I'm going to recommend giving a try. That is all for patterns I have had saved that I wanted to go over with you guys. I hope you found some of those inspirational. If you have any summer projects you plan on making, definitely let me know what you have in mind. I wanted to go over really quick before I close this out a couple yarns I hope to try this summer as well. First off, a lot of you recommended to me in my last crochet and chat Hobie's cotton yarn, so I'm definitely going to look into Hobie cotton yarn and see what it's all about, maybe order some of those and give them a shot. I wanted to recommend Karen cotton cakes. That's what I used for my first top I showed you, and I've, like I said, used it in a pair of shorts and stuff, and that is just a great yarn that you get for a good price, and you get a lot of yarn per cake. So I would definitely recommend trying out that cotton yarn. I have also tried the Truby yarn by, I think Lion Brand makes it. I can't remember for sure. It's a bamboo yarn. I don't love bamboo yarn because I feel like it doesn't work up very quickly. I feel like you have to crochet a lot more to get a lot less, if that makes sense. It doesn't build up lengthwise quickly in my personal experience, and it also makes my pieces very heavy. So I have used True Boo yarn on a couple projects, but I will say they are projects I did stop gravitating towards just because I felt like they were too heavy. They do feel nice though, and they are nice and silky, but yeah, they're just not my favorite. And another yarn you guys did recommend to me was the Eddie Bauer cotton yarn. I didn't even know they had a cotton yarn, so I'm really excited to go back to Joann and check that out, see if that yarn is sold at my local store, and if I can get my hands on some. I want to work that up and test that one out. Joann also has a new line from Lucky Brand. They have a yarn I looked at and I want to give it a shot too. I need to make sure it's not bamboo because I know I won't like it if it is. But if it's not, I definitely plan on giving that yarn a shot. And what else? Oh, and actually the Hobby Lobby, I love this cotton. I've actually never tried that one as well, and I think I might make a trip over to Hobby Lobby to snag some of that. Oh, I'm looking at my Wool and the Gang yarn too. I know that they have a cotton yarn, but I've heard mixed reviews on it. So if you know anything about the Wool and the Gang cotton yarn, let me know that as well. I just remembered that as I'm looking in the viewfinder at all that yarn back there. I just wanted to add some summer inspiration if you needed a little pick-me-up as the summer starts. I hope you guys have some fun plans for summer. Maybe you can bring some of these projects with you. Anyways, guys, with all that being said, if you like this video, please don't forget to hit the thumbs up, give it a like. It lets me know you guys are enjoying videos like this. If you're new here and you feel like sticking around, don't forget to subscribe. I put out new videos every Monday and occasionally on Thursdays. And we've just been having a lot of fun over here. So if you want to get more content from me, don't forget to subscribe. Share this with your other crochet friends who need some summer inspo, or you want to share your ideas with them. Follow me on Pinterest if you want a safe, cozy place to share some crochet pattern ideas. Don't forget to drink plenty of water, wear your sunscreen, and be safe in and around the water. And as always, guys, thank you so much for letting me take up a little bit of your time here on the internet today, and I will be seeing you in my next one. Bye!